Boom shakalaka, today's video we're going to take a very real look at how many Bitcoin you actually need to be rich, to be elite, and also in a specific, very specific, personalized case for each and every one of you, how many Bitcoin you actually realistically need to own. Plus, at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you my exact cryptocurrency portfolio in case you guys wanted to copy that or know exactly what I hold. So, we're going to do all that in today's video. Make sure to stay tuned. What's up, everybody? We are in the middle of the bull run, and it's exciting, and Bitcoin's kind of going sideways for a couple days, and altcoins are exciting, but everybody wants to know, how many Bitcoin should you own? Where is Bitcoin going? What is Bitcoin doing? How many do I need to be in the elite club, the 1% club? Well, guys, we're going to get into that. Before we do, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, today's episode is sponsored by Hashbon. Hashbon is a B2B, B2C payment service provider compliant with the European KYC policies. The platform supports over 30 cryptocurrencies and charges 0% commissions on all crypto payments. The platform provides enhanced security features and instant conversion of crypto to fiat or fiat to crypto. Traditional payments such as SEPA, PayPal, Payoneer, Visa, MasterCard, and others are supported as well. Hashbon released their Hash token this month, and it's available on both Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain networks. Hash grants lower exchange rates to token holders on all transactions. The Hash token was listed yesterday on Coinsbit with two available pairs, Hash USDT and Hash BTC. Stay up to date with news on their Telegram channel you can find in the pinned comment. Now, guys, everybody wants to know, how many Bitcoin do you actually need to hold? Do I need 1 Bitcoin? Do I need a quarter of a Bitcoin? Do I need 10 Bitcoin? Do I need 100 Bitcoin? How many Bitcoin to be a Bitcoin millionaire? How many Bitcoin to be set for life? How many Bitcoin so I can retire? How many Bitcoin so I can be the coolest kid on the block? We're going to answer all those questions today, especially the coolest kid on the block one, because that's really important, you know? You got to do better than the Joneses. Well, I can say to begin with, if you even own some Bitcoin right now, you're doing better than the Joneses, all right? But to be in Bitcoin's elite 1% club, it turns out that to be in the top 1% of Bitcoin holders, you only need to own 0.28 Bitcoin. That's not very much. That's about a quarter of a Bitcoin. Really not that much. Now, right now, at today's prices, it's a little like $12,000, but that will put you in the top 1%. I mean, if we take a look at the Bitcoin rich list, now this is a list of all the Bitcoin wallets out there, you can see up here the percent of addresses. Most of the addresses have less than 1 Bitcoin, okay? It's really only 2% of the addresses that have between 1 and a million Bitcoin, Satoshi being one of those, but those aren't likely to move anytime soon. Now, if 0.28 Bitcoin is too much for you, like let's say you just got into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and you don't have that yet, well, you could still be Bitcoin elite material, okay? Turns out that Brad Mills over here on Twitter, he's talking about this 1337 Bitcoin. You can join the Bitcoin elite club if you own 0.1337 Bitcoin and hold for 2030. Because guess what? By 2030, 20 million out of 21 million Bitcoin will be mined. That means 96% of all Bitcoin ever will be mined by 2030. And you will own not only 0.1337 Bitcoin, but in like techno nerd speak, that's elite, L-E-E-T. You will be elite, the coolest kid on the block. So if you can't get the 0.28, you could get 0.1337. But let's talk a little bit more about Bitcoin and a little bit more about why you need to own at least some Bitcoin. So to begin with, how many Bitcoins are there? 21 million. All right. Now, as of right now, 18.6 million have already been mined. That means there's, what, 2.4 million left? 2.3 million left? Right now, there's about 900 Bitcoins per day being mined, but Grayscale alone is buying up like 2,000 Bitcoin per day. So they're buying up more than is being mined, and there's going to come a point where there's just not going to be any more Bitcoin left. Now, it says here that there's 18.6 million Bitcoin in existence, but it turns out their estimate is that about 3 to 4 million Bitcoin are lost, but I've heard estimates as much as 6 to 7 million Bitcoin lost forever, like not coming back ever. And so that would mean there would be roughly about 15 million Bitcoin for everybody on the planet. Everybody. So if we take a look, there's about 3 times as many millionaires on the planet. So that means each millionaire could only own about 1/3 of a Bitcoin, just a little bit more than this 0.28 Bitcoin right there, and you would be a millionaire. But more than that, you should really consider why you should own at least 0.0025 Bitcoin. Like, let's say you just got into crypto and first you FOMO'd into Dogecoin, and then you FOMO'd into Cardano, and next you're going to FOMO into whatever coin's on top, and you just keep like losing because you keep buying the top and the price comes down. Well, maybe, just maybe, you should own about 0.0025 Bitcoin, because that is the amount of Bitcoin that every single person on the planet could theoretically own if it was divided equally. So if you want to be at least average in terms of Bitcoin ownership, you should own 0.0025 Bitcoin. That's about $110 at the making of this video. Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin, because like I said, 21 million, decreasing supply, and pretty much rhythmically, like almost to a T, every time there's a halving, the price of Bitcoin goes up an order of 10. Okay? So it was 10,000 here, it'll be 100,000 here. Before that, it was 1,000. Before that, it was 100. That's the stock to flow model. So that means that by around 2025, we're looking like $1 million Bitcoin, and it could continue going up in that manner. I mean, if we take a look at this chart, Bitcoin clearly just seems to be going up this logarithmic trend line. Doesn't seem to be stopping anywhere. And if we take a look at the distribution of Bitcoin right now, all these Bitcoin whales, the early Bitcoin investors, this deep purple color, guess what? It's getting smaller and smaller. It's actually one of the smaller proportions right now. The blue right above that, these are the institutions buying in. Okay, these are the institutions who are buying it to add to their books. Companies like Tesla, companies like MicroStrategies, but they're also companies like Fidelity and other ones who are planning to sell it back to retail investors at a premium in the future. So they're growing hugely. Also, these small and medium holders, people like you and me, they're growing greatly as well. So it comes back to the question, how much Bitcoin should you actually own? Because bare minimum, 0.0025 Bitcoin, okay? If you want to be cool elite, 0.1337 Bitcoin by 2030. If you really want to be in the top 1%, Bitcoin's elite 1% club, you need 0.28 Bitcoin. But these are just like one-size-fits-all answers. And the thing is, it's not one-size-fits-all. It's going to vary for me, for you, for everybody. So I'm going to show you exactly how to calculate exactly to a T how much Bitcoin you should own. So if we take a look at this, and you want to find out how much Bitcoin you should own, it's a simple mathematical formula. You need 2 things in order to figure this out. 1, you need to know your monthly expenses. And 2, you need to know what you think the price of Bitcoin will ultimately be. Okay? Now, really, the potential bottom price for Bitcoin is $0. But the potential top is unlimited, especially with all the money that they're printing, with all these, I mean, everything that's happening in the world right now. There really is no upside to where Bitcoin could go. But the equation to figure out how much Bitcoin you actually need, you take the price that you think Bitcoin will be, and you divide that by your monthly expenses times 300. Because your monthly expenses times 300 is how much money that you could hold in an interest-bearing account and be able to live off of for life and never have to work again. So let's take an example right here. With Bitcoin, okay, let's suppose Bitcoin is going to be $1 million. Okay, let's just say 2025 and beyond, Bitcoin is going to be $1 million. Okay, now we figure out our expenses. Right now, our expenses are $2,000 a month. And for the sake of this example, we're just going to use $2,000 a month, but I encourage you to figure out what your expenses are. Now, it may not be your expenses now. It may be like your dream expenses. Like if you want to live as a baller and just do all this cool stuff and you're going to spend $10,000 a month, fine, put the $10,000 a month in here. But basically, what you need is this price, the $1 million, whoops, divided by the 2,000 times 300, which is $600,000, which means you only need 1.67 Bitcoin. Really, not as much as some may think. You could actually live out your entire life with just 1.67 Bitcoin. Now, your opportunity to get it is running out because guess what? The price is likely only going to go up with all these strong hand institutions. Like listen to Michael Saylor, what he says about Bitcoin, how he's never selling and he's buying every single dip. You likely want to buy some soon. Now, if they keep buying it, the price of Bitcoin could go up way higher than $1 million. Could go up to 10 million. Could go up to 100 million. Who knows? But you have to figure it out for yourself. So guys, that answers the question of how much Bitcoin you should actually own. Now, on to the second question. What do I actually have in my portfolio? Because a lot of people have asked this, and I just wanted to share it with you so you could see exactly what my portfolio looks like. So, simple, here it is, real quick for you. 56% of my portfolio is Bitcoin. Yes, long-term Bitcoin holding, that's the way I'm going because I do see the price is likely going up. Other than that, I have 17% Ethereum because even though Ethereum has not really performed in this bull run yet, I still think it has a lot of potential. After that, about 9% of Celsius. Now this one I was very fortunate. I was testing out Celsius. I took out a loan and you need to pay the loan with Cell token. So I bought a bunch of Cell token and then the price went up a lot, like 100 times. Next is Cardano, about 5%. And then after that, Matic, about 4%. Polkadot, 3%. Chainlink, 3%. And everything else is 3%. That includes Ren, Synthetics, a whole bunch of other stuff. So that is my portfolio in a nutshell. I don't trade very often because, you know, every time you trade, it's a taxable event. So I just basically hold, and then when they pop, I sell. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will catch you later. Peace.